Ultamize. Most people think their weekends are shaped mainly by willpower and personal choices, but environment quietly shapes behavior far more than most people realize. Your phone environment shapes behavior. Your home environment shapes behavior. Your social environment shapes behavior. Your digital environment really shapes your behavior. Even the placement of objects around your house shapes behavior. And modern technology companies understand this well, extremely well. Netflix doesn't rely on your discipline, it relies on frictionless autoplay. Amazon doesn't wait patiently for you to remember shopping ideas later. It immediately recommends additional purchases while your attention is already engaged. Social media apps don't merely hope you'll come back eventually, they create notifications, alerts, badges, sounds, colors, vibrations, and endless feeds specifically designed to pull your attention back to them repeatedly. That's environmental shaping behavior. One reason weekends often drift into passive screen consumption is that modern environments are increasingly optimized for convenience and stimulation rather than restoration. Your phone, let's face it, it's always nearby. Streaming is immediate. Scrolling is frictionless. Delivery, boom, instant. Meanwhile, many restorative activities require slightly more intentional effort. Getting off the couch, going outside, calling a friend rather than just texting, playing sports, planning recreation, leaving the house. I know that's a crazy idea for some people, but it takes more effort. Creating social experiences, moving your body. One thing I started noticing in my own life is that small environmental decisions often change behavior much more reliably than abstract motivation. If my pickleball gear is already visible and ready Saturday morning, I'm more likely to play. If my phone stays near me constantly, I'm more likely to check it constantly, which is one reason why I leave my phone at home when I go to exercise, go running, bike riding, or playing pickleball. I just leave it at home. If the television automatically dominates the room, passive viewing becomes the default behavior. It's one reason I don't have a television in any bedroom in my house. Sorry. If healthy movement, social plans, outdoor activities, or recreational opportunities are already built into the environment, they become dramatically easier to repeat. That's one reason I think people underestimate how important weekend structure really is. Behavior often follows convenience, and convenience is heavily shaped by environment. For example, many adults genuinely believe they don't have time for recreation during weekends. But quite often, the issue isn't time itself. The issue is that passive screen consumption has become the path of least resistance inside the environment. And to be clear, I do have a couple of TVs in my house. I'm not some purist who says, oh, I never watch TV. But it's not in every room, it's not in the kitchen, it's not in any bedroom. The problem with TVs and screens everywhere, no planning required, no coordination required, no movement required, no social effort required, just instant stimulation. And again, this isn't about becoming anti technology. Technology can absolutely improve life. I don't want to go back to prehistoric times. The problem is that modern environments are often unintentionally designed around consumption instead of restoration. One of the core ideas in this series is that small environmental adjustments can create surprisingly large behavioral changes over time. Not because human beings suddenly become perfectly disciplined, but because environments quietly influence repeated behavior patterns every single day. And repeated patterns eventually become habits, which eventually become lifestyle, which eventually become quality of life.